Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joy at Work. It's great to be with you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're safe and sound. It's the holiday season for those who celebrate. Just wishing everyone love and light. So let's continue to talk about formation, something that's top of mind for me as I've been reflecting on a number of things. I have suggested the first video here that we're all undergoing formation in the workplace. I'm really focused on formation in the workplace. And then I asked in the last video, what are you becoming? Are you even aware? Are you becoming more cranky? Are you becoming more joyful based on what's happening in the workplace? Today, I want to explore the notion that none of us can escape this formation, but that doesn't mean that we're helpless. Like, formation does not mean fate, even though we're not in complete control of it. And so it's important for us to pause and really understand the things that are forming us. Often we rush into like actions. I want to make the culture better. I want to do this or do the other thing. But if we don't pause to really think what are the things that are influencing our day-to-day activities, we won't really understand how we're being formed. I'll use a simple example. If your calendar is filled with back to back to back to back to back meetings, and that's sort of what you experience day in and day out, like you are over time being formed to become very reactive. Because when do you find the space to actually process and reflect on what's going on? And so this immediate need to either be in a meeting or the immediate need to like respond to requests for a leader. Like if you have a leader who asks a question and if you don't answer in 15 minutes, asks another question, that interaction is ultimately forming you to become very reactive. That's what you're ultimately going to be. Or if you are in a place where you don't pause to make decisions and you're just moving from the next thing without assimilating what's going on, then you're being formed in that situation to just go with the best storytelling that exists in the org. So these are the things that we are dealing with all the time. Or even like think about performance and how that matters. Like if the people who get promoted are the people who are the most vocal, they're people who speak up the most in meetings, and we observe this, then the formation that's slowly happening to us, if we allow these things to influence us, and in many cases they do, because we are suggestible, as I discovered today, like we ultimately become something maybe we didn't originally want to become. So it's important to really reflect on the liturgies, the repeated practices in the workplace that are forming us, the meetings, the calendar, the stories that are told, promotions, rewards, and all these things that happen day in and day out. They do more to shape what we are, who we become, than any other thing we can think about in the workplace. They do more than any value statements. They do it more than any single town hall can suggest, even a spot bonus. These things that we engage in day in and day out influence who we're becoming each and every day. But that doesn't mean that we can't do something about it. This is not really a matter of choice in all circumstances, maybe, or maybe it's not a question of what you're deciding to do. It might be a question of what are you consenting to each day that you go into the workplace? What are you consenting to? What are you giving yourself up to? And how is that forming you into the person you're becoming? So, a lot to noodle on, but the question is really to stop and pause and think about those things you do each and every day and your active participation in them and what those things might be helping you become one way or the other. So think about it. What's your meeting approach like? What does your calendar look like? How are all those things shaping you? All right, we're really talking about some really interesting stuff and the impact of the workplace on us. This has been a little bit of a long one, but helpfully, or hopefully, it causes you to ponder and reflect. And it's the end of the year, so it's a good time to stop and think. Until next time, be well. Happy holidays.